x plus 2 equals 8. And we're asked in this problem to solve for the variable, and in this case the variable is x. So x is an unknown value, and we're going to figure out what that value is. Now if you look at this problem, x plus 2 equals 8, yeah, you can probably figure out that it should be 6 plus 2 equals 8, right? Because that's not very hard. But what we want to be able to do is to work it out and show our working clearly, and to communicate each step. So what we want to be able to do is at the end, we want to be able to say that x equals whatever it is. And remember, we do know it's 6. But how do we get there showing our working? Well, we have to be left with just the x on the left-hand side. Now, the x is already on the left-hand side, so that's helpful. And there's no x on the right-hand side, which is also very helpful. So it says x plus 2. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of the plus 2. And we do that by doing the opposite. So we go minus 2. And we must do it to both sides because it's an equation, which means it's balanced. So whatever's on the left-hand side here is equal, right, because that's what it says, to whatever is on the right-hand side. Which is why if we, at the moment, we start it and it is balanced. And if we change one side, we've got to change the other side by the exact same amount. So at the moment, if we have plus 2 and then we minus 2, okay, we've cancelled out those two values. So if we're on 0, for example, then we add 2, we'll be on 2, and then we minus 2, we're back to 0. So effectively, that cancels out. That leaves the x, and that's what we want. And on the other side, we have 8 minus 2, which is 6. And that is the answer. We should always check. We should get into the habit of checking, and we check by substituting back into the original equation. And remember, the original equation was x plus 2 equals 8. We think we know what x is. Remember, we say that it's 6. 6 plus 2, does it equal 8? Yes, it does. Therefore, x equals 6 is correct. And we've shown our working.